Hey YouTube, Lawler here as always, and if you're seeing the title, something to be excited about, but also I'm gonna be the bearer of bad news and just let you guys know it's fake. What I'm about to show you is fake. We're gonna point it out, we're gonna talk about it, but before we do that, let's actually take a look at what's going on here. If you guys haven't seen this video, it's put out on Twitter. It is about Rocket League 2, also deemed Rocket League Reloaded. Catchy name. But we're gonna let this play out. I'm just gonna show you guys that this just isn't real. So what ends up happening is they boot up Unreal Engine, which that in itself already shows that it's fake. It then goes through a title screen, and they're like, wow, it's Rocket League 2, it's Rocket League Reloaded, dope. And then it looks like a mobile FPS zombie game and looks terrible. And they've got full screen menus and placeholders for everything. And then we get into game with no music now. And here you go. You got Rocket League 2, right? You can have up to 120 boosts now. And you can hold your jump for a millennium. It's been more than 1.8 or 2 seconds, and then they shoot. They get some fancy replay thing, and then it ends. We're going to talk about why that's not real. We're going to talk and be the bearer of bad news of why it's not real. Although it's cool, and it's a fun project that someone probably spent a couple weeks to put together. A lot of things to debunk. Now, I can talk about some of the stuff that I know that immediately points it out, like whoever has this type of desktop setup is a psycho, but that's besides the point. What we are actually going to talk about is some of the very easy things to showcase that prove that it is not real. Now, a lot of this stuff I think can be pointed out and done, but there is a person who has familiarity. If you guys don't know Salad from the community, Salad does do programming in C++, Java, etc., and actually is intelligent about this stuff. Like, I know my stuff in the very basic level, but if you guys want to see the full laundry list of the things that are not true, Nitro Salad is Salad RL on Twitter. Go look out at the thread. It'll have a better explanation. But a lot of these things are faked. Albeit a cool project, there's a couple things of note. Salad says, in this video, the game opens with a base C++ console application. But the logo in the window is the UE4 project logo. And the logo in the taskbar is the Windows command prompt logo, which confirms it's a fake console and that it does nothing. Obviously, the messages in this console are manipulated. The console is just copy and pasted from Rocket League's current console with text changes to make it look like it's running UE5. The video references outdated frameworks. The log references TA game, which is a UE3 built framework that is incompatible with UE4 and 5, which is part of the issue with building UE4 and 5. We talk about how you can't just copy paste assets over, you have to rebuild them from scratch. That's been the ongoing conversation for a very long time. Logs are also shown to be saved. UE5 does not have their logs saved in TA game logs. They have them saved in saved logs /log dot whatever. So where they actually would save their caching system is totally different. So also not true. The other thing, if you want to talk about the legal side of things, Rocket League Reloaded isn't a real trademark. The video references Rocket League Reloaded as being trademarked in 2025 here, which if you look up trademarks on a government website, not a thing. It's not there. Now, that's more of the technical side of things. You know, there's other things that you can be skeptical of. Like, I do agree that it's weird to have the workstation, the Epic Games workstation. But there's a couple things about, like, the username is host, which doesn't make sense. There's just odd things like that that just don't make sense. The things that really pointed out to me is the transitions are always a full screen. They're never a clean, seamless transition. Things like the menus and stuff like that are definitely not to the quality of what Rocket League would do. Sure, maybe it is a placeholder, but like the square aesthetic is not what they do. They don't put menu in menu. Like there is some things that Psyonix stands firm on when it comes to design elements, and all of these are kind of against that. The spacing where they're putting things, the animation I like where it goes into play and then transitions to this, to me is also just a clear giveaway that it is not, like, to me this looks like someone did a menu transition in an editing program, whether it be like Sony Vegas or, you know, Adobe or, you know, whatever you're doing. To me, you can tell this, in my opinion, was made without a doubt with the editing program. Like these menus, the way this is done, and they did a good job of syncing the audio with Rocket League audio. The selection stuff, to me, even this is a transition, is all like out of wonk. Like a lot of these things, even for a alpha build, just don't align with the things that you would think Rocket League does. Full menu transitions, things like this. There's some things that they also don't compromise on when it comes to these things. There's just little things that they don't do. Also, you're only getting 6 boosts now when you pick up a boost pad. Boost pads have always given 12. Epic has also, not Epic, but Psyonix has also talked about the amount of boost, the placement of the boost, and everything like that has been done with a very specific thing, and it's things that they can't change or iterate on because it just happens to work out so perfectly. Also, when it comes to developing and building a map, the boost on the ceiling is just a big circle, I guess. So you're telling me that these pads are worth 6 on the ceiling? Also doesn't make any sense. Why they would put time and effort into putting those things there, but then building a full environment around it also doesn't make sense. If you guys have ever watched like Rocket Labs and seen any of the rudimentary, the way that they build is they build and make sure that the map is fully functioning and that you are, you know, you are doing everything in your power. Because if they're building the environment around that, that means that these are finalized, and they're not going to put a square in the middle of the map aesthetically with the boost pad. They're just not. It is against everything that Epic and Psyonix stand for. Like, it just does not have a certain level of polish. To me, there's some cool things that they did. Like, this replay looks dope. I think visually it looks sick. Also, if we run this in real time, I'm just going to let you guys think about how long this person has their jump available after they go off the wall. 1, 2, 3, almost 4 seconds before they use that jump. And I don't see a Fedelic setup. So all I'm saying is that jump being available and some of the things aesthetically just don't align with the processes and the way that things happen. Now, again, I think it was a cool animation. I think someone put a lot of time and effort into that project. I think, again, kudos to them. It's job well done. Like, you guys did some really cool stuff. YouTube account that was created yesterday would not upload a alpha build footage to the internet, let alone send it to people. And the crazy thing about that is if they did, and now that it has been made public, you best believe that Epic is going to sue them for everything they have. This is me to let you guys know. Take a step back. Let's look at some of the obvious things. While it is cool, while it is nice, while it is exciting, and I think the nice thing, most importantly, is it is getting people to talk and be like, oh, shit. Like, you can see the excitement. I think that's the cool thing to take away from this. People are very excited about what could be. For the person who posted this, they got what they wanted. They have 1.1 million views on this post so far. And it's only going to grow. Let's be very clear. It is very obviously fake. Okay? But some cool concepts to talk about. Should they put ceiling on the boost potentially? Should they make the boost pads less and add more boost pads? There's a lot of conceptual things that I would love to see tested, but those are the types of things that should be in Rocket Labs for the community test to play and see how it goes. And then Epic needs to be like, okay, we tested it. Let's make some adjustments. Like, we should be playing a standard Rocket League where they make it a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. We should be playing it with more boost, less boost. Ceiling on the boost, or boost on the ceiling. Boost worth different values. Bigger fields, smaller fields. More players, less players. Whatever that is, however they want to manipulate that, goal sizes, Put that in Rocket Labs and slowly iterate and slowly playtest with the community. After a month or two of playtesting, make a small tweak, do it again. That's what they need to be using the Rocket Labs playlist for. Why they don't, I don't know. But that is where we're at. That is just an update for everybody. That is what's going on. Don't fall for the bait. It's not real. It's super fake. Any questions, let me know in the comments down below. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.